Welcome back, RnR Talk, episode 4.
Episode 4. I got too many
Gotta make sure you
Episode
get
4.
the buttons down.
Yeah.
Episode 4, first official one on the road. So we're here in, I don't even know where it is, in
You're in like Orland Park, suburb of Chicago, and we're at the Jordan. What is this place? Those hotels always, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Decent breakfast.
Quality Inn, Choice Hotel. But we're here, I believe, just in a little lobby right now, and we're going to get some R&R talk for you guys. Episode 4 on the road here. Let's flash back to Game 3, the final game at home, the final of the 3-game series against the Quebec Capitals. The Yalls win. The Yalls win 8-4 behind some pretty good offense, and then also some really good pitching that we saw down the stretch as well. Got 4 innings out of Yannick Villalobos, some good innings out of Joe Kemwich, first time seeing him, and then some shutdown innings from Kleiman and Terwilliger as well. So some really good pitching, some really good offenses there. Another offensive bout where you had 10 hits. What was going well for you in that game specifically?
Is it Capitals?
It's Capitals.
What have you been saying?
Capitales. And then the deputy commissioner, Matt Shepperson, says it's Capitals. Capitals de Quebec or something like that.
I'm sure they like the Capitals.
They didn't correct me.
They didn't correct you. It's nice. They're Canadian.
I said that every time on the stand-up as well. By the way, 2-0 in the stand-up. Jesse Cook, 0-1.
That's what did it. So I got a little bit of the ass before that game with some stuff going on. Maybe to add Jesse to that list. Like maybe he's what started that domino. Might have been. But yeah, game 3. Like I said, the pitching was good. I thought it was a piggyback plan going into it. A 4-3 kind of scenario. Me and Carl thought about a 5 early in the game because I think Yannick threw 7 pitches in the first inning. But then he had that long 30-pitch inning, and it kind of was like, okay, yeah, we're going 4, no matter what. We want to build those guys up, stretch them out a little bit. And then, Ben come in and punch outside, and then Kleiman come in doing his thing, showed off his slider again. And it's I think that helped solidify it. Working on some pitches, and once you hit on them in some games, especially the big-time games in your first game out for the season, once you're hitting on that pitch, I think it helps you really believe in it. So I thought it was a good outing for both those guys to come in and hammer that back end down.
Yeah, and the offense led by a T.J. Reeves 3-run shot in the bottom of the first inning. What did you see there? Obviously, we've been waiting for it for a little bit there. The man has some pop, and we finally got to see that.
He got some pop, serious pop. He hits the balls hard all series. But yeah, that one he didn't even get. He didn't even get it. He kind of hit off the barrel, and that's scary to go out to right center at our park missing it. But no, he's got some serious juice, man. I'm excited to watch him play all year. I'm excited to watch him play on the road and see how these guys are. It's a different element, how the guys stay together on the road, on the bus, in the hotel, especially doing 3-day games in a row. Nobody wants to do that. They don't want to do it either. So it's going to be interesting to see how the team bands together, and got a thought process going into this week. But I'm excited to see all the other little outside things that could affect the team.
Yeah, and before we get into today's game, let's talk about some honors that we were able to receive. Frontier League was able to honor us. We had the clean sweep of the weekly awards, Player of the Week and Pitcher of the Week. Player of the Week going to Zade Richardson for his heroics all throughout the series, 11 RBIs, a .538 batting average. And then Pitcher of the Week, our ace, Ryan Watson, 5 shutout innings, the only starting pitcher to go more than 4 innings, and he had shutout ball with 5 strikeouts as well. What do you say to those guys, just winning that award, and, what have they done to the season to deserve that?
I've talked to those guys individually and told them, deserved, well-deserved, congratulations, kind of praise them in front of their team and peers. It's a big deal. It's a huge deal, actually, to represent the whole entire league. So I think it says something about them, the work they put in this offseason, like I talked about before. And going out there and performing and making it come to fruition. To me, it's all on them, and I think they did a good job, and that's only more to come probably for both those guys. They're going to always put themselves in a position, I think, to be able to do that. But I really look forward to Watson when we have a regular week, kind of like this week. He would be lined up for Tuesday, and then he'd be lined up for Sunday. So you always have one starter going into a week that's going to get 2 starts. This would be his, but we don't play Sunday. So he's going to get a little bit longer rest.
Yeah.
But he's going to go today. I'm excited to see how that goes for him.
Yeah, absolutely. And then let's start talking about this series. Windy City Thunderbolts versus the Florence Yalls in Windy City. The interesting thing about this game, this series, all games starting at 10:35 Central, 11:35 Eastern. That's in the morning here. So that's something you don't get often. 3 morning games on the road. How do you get your guys up and moving, get that energy early?
This one, it's different in different circumstances, but this one in particular, it's our first road trip together during the regular season. So the statement that we want to make, being able to go on the road now, it's like, look, it's fun at home. Like, it's going to be fun at home. We're going to do it up for you guys. The rings won on the road, baby. Like, how you play on the road is what determines it. You want to show me that you're for real, then bring that energy on the road, man. Like, we ain't putting on a show here. We got on mismatched grays with blue tops, and we got blue pants and blue tops that we can only wear on turf. So our options are limited. We ain't here to make you look pretty on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is where the grind is. So to me, the message is pretty simple as far as how we, we're on the road. It's 10:30. Same amount of sleep as you guys did. Like,
yep.
Let's, this is not their home anyway. This is a bunch of dudes that are just waking up where, some places we're the same, man. So the 10:30 games, it goes both ways. Like, they don't want to play it just as bad as we don't want to play it. But the factors do go into it because it is day games. You see the ball a little bit better. The park is different. You gotta adapt the game a little bit more here. And I think that's we'll have Craig in the dugout today kind of helping reinforce some of the stuff that we want to apply and talk about how we want to play. Because the bunt and run and get guys in scoring position is the name of the game here. You can't bet on that deep fly, on that long ball, which I like. Pitcher should be able to come and attack a little bit more liberally here and kind of get a feel for their stuff. I like the mound. I like the presentation of the field when you're on the mound, and to me, it makes it a little bit more comfortable to pitch, especially knowing the defense we got behind you. And if you're pitching in a graveyard, hey, go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's going to be a lot of kids surrounding the area as well. Obviously, it's a school day for them. That's how they're, selling these tickets. They're bringing the kids in. Have you been to, some of these games with the kids? Do you know? Are they pretty loud?
Man. I mean, they're going to be loud. It's going to be a good show as far as, that side of things. You're going to hear SpongeBob, man. You're going to hear the Baby Shark song. You're going to hear, the usual. So that's kind of the background of those early morning games anyway. Like, in your head, this is the way it plays in your dreams. So we'll get 3 of them, and it's just be a little chilly, too. It'll be a little chilly. But, man, I'm going to get to the field. We're going to take the field every single day. Like, we're going to, obviously, we don't have time to do BP. But no, we got 30 minutes on the field. We're going to run some type of defense. We're going to do some type of base running. We're going to do some type of team activity every single day. Today we'll get out there and do a little bit of short base running. I want to measure off the bases and see where that cuts at because it's a little bit different in our park probably. And then get them to feel a couple jumps, and then we'll do a little light in and out to see how the field plays, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good. And then my last question here, obviously, we're going to have Ryan Watson on the mound again today. So you got your ace. What type of confidence does that give the team when you can have a guy there, obviously just winning an award as well, but also that's your first guy on the road. What type of confidence does that give the team?
I feel like it's, going into the season and seeing they had those 2 days off and knowing that I could either carry light on the pitcher side or give me one more, on that position player side to be able to kind of look at a guy. When I knew I had that flexibility and I knew that it was going to roll out 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, I mean, you set those for a reason. You want those guys getting the bulk of your innings because they're going to. And he's a guy that I'll get the ball in his hands as many times as I can on a rotation that benefits him. And the more he can throw, the better it benefits him to get out, and the better it benefits the team to win games.
Yeah.
So I'm more than pleased. And anytime the offense knows that their dogs on the mound, they're rolling through. Like it makes it easier. Makes it easier to lock in. You can get away with a little bit more mistakes, knowing the guys on the mound, and it also pumps them up to actually want to lock it down for him too. So it kind of works in dual aspects. But he's happy to grab the ball, and I'm happy to hand it off. And he has 2 starts, and he kind of gets a jump on the innings in the league. And I think 2 or 3 more performances like he put on the other day. You won't get to see him much anymore.
That's true, but we're happy to see him while he is here. Florence Yalls taking on the Windy City Thunderbolts. 2-1 Florence Yalls taking on the 1-2 Windy City Thunderbolts. It's going to be an exciting one. Ryan Watson on the mound, the ace for the Yalls. Will Armbruster, who's just coming out of college, ASU. So a fresh arm on the mound for them as well. Has not pitched yet this season, so should have a little bit of an experience advantage there as well. And we haven't allowed a starting pitcher to go more than 3 innings, which is
scary,
nice
man. It's scary. I tell the offense, I'm like, man, you guys. I'm gonna tell them today. There's something I'm gonna tell them today. It's like, look, you guys are scary, man. You get pitchers released. Like teams come in and play us, or like we go in and play somebody. You guys end careers.
Yep.
Like you do not want to go through this lineup twice. You do not want to do it. Hey, man, I gotta hear the dog bite story. You got bit by a dog.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I was leaving for this trip. And this dog's, kind of been out to get me.
Your dog, the host.
It's the host family's dog. Yeah. So it's a black mouth cur, but it's supposed to have some sort of Labrador, and they think maybe some pit bull.
So it's like big.
It's big. It's big, and it's big. So it's had it out to get me, but I had gone a few days without any barking.
Is it in the backyard, tied up? It's in the house.
No, it's in the apartment, and very nice apartment, and I'm walking out the door. I had put my suitcase out, and I went back to grab my backpack. The minute I went back in, it kind of had a different look at me. And so I'm walking by with my backpack on the way out. I just kind of did a wave by, and it bit my hand, and then it bit the hamstring of my left leg, drawing blood. And I just hurried out of there. Alan Chase said I should be fine. No need to get rabies or.
You left the dog with blood in his mouth.
What was I supposed to do?
I'm saying now you could go back, and he's like.
Yeah. So we're deciding that. I think we'll have some. I think a dog might just be put in their room whenever they're not gone. We've tried the experiment of me being with it alone. Like I said, I've been with it alone, and it's been fine, but. For some reason, it didn't recognize me.
Oof. Yeah, that's. Remind me not to go to that place. I smell like dogs, and it'd be all over me from the jump.
It's a sweet dog when she's not attacking you, but she's got teeth, and I've never seen teeth like that before, and it's definitely scary.
You felt them too now,
and now I felt them, and it only sort of touched. That's good that it's not giving me a limp or anything.
Ugh, that'd be fun. Well, have fun up there in that booth today. It's a little different field. The ball does not fly. Like I said, this is a graveyard.
Graveyard.
It's graveyard.
And we're gonna put some people to death here. Hopefully, let's put the ball to death.
Our offense is gonna bury a couple pitchers. Yeah.
Absolutely. RnR Talk, Episode 4. We'll be back tomorrow, Episode 5, and let's hope with the Yalls win. Coming up at 11:35 a.m. Eastern Time, 10:35 Central on Flow Sports. Check it out.